Hello everyone. So I thought I'd make a video about boundaries because there's a lot of talk around boundaries and there's different ways people perceive that. And if you think about it, you think boundaries. So you're actually blocking the flow of love with boundaries. And that actually creates a blockage within us, thinking we need to put up a boundary to somebody else. Now, I understand the concept of it. It's an act of self-love to take care of ourselves and to let the other person know how we want to be treated and whether or not their behavior is okay for us. There's a great way of expressing our needs in that place. However, boundaries, if you think about it, say for instance you feel powerless in a situation, right? And all of a sudden you think boundaries. Oh, I'm going to set boundaries. And that gives you power, which is good. You want to own your power. But in a sense, it's also keep protecting you from actually self-reflecting, because anybody who affects us out there is showing us a part of ourselves that may need some acknowledgement and some loving. You know, the only reason why we get upset at other people is because they're behaving a certain way that we don't want them to behave. Now, boundaries, in a sense, is a way to, like I said, protect ourselves from that other person, but also protect ourselves from ourselves. So we don't have to feel that feeling when we look at them. So we say, hey, you know what? I want you out of my life, so I don't have to feel the feelings that you activate in me when you da-da-da-da-da. You get it? So I would consider the first of all, changing the word boundaries to asking for our needs. And second of all, if anybody does trigger us, to take a deep breath, self-reflect, look within. You can still let the person know how you feel if that's what you choose. And of course, if they're abusing you in any physical way, get out of there. And at the same time, just recognize, because we don't deal with this now, somebody else is going to come into our life and do it again and again and again. So we can just keep saying boundaries, 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 but we're not looking within. The blame is out there. And I truly believe once we clear it up within, things will start shifting in our outer world, and we don't need to really set boundaries. We'll actually be just flowing with the experience, accepting what is, and being more at peace inside, having compassion for ourselves and the other being who triggered us that we thought we need to set boundaries with, because hurting people hurt people, right? So if we're hurting, we're going to jump on somebody else to try to project that hurt onto somebody else so we don't have to feel it. It's the same with boundaries. We close ourselves off from that person who's triggering us so we don't have to feel our feelings. Get it? I don't know if this is making sense or may making sense, but I just thought I would share this because there is a lot of talk around that. And if we truly want to heal, it comes from within. If we truly want to heal and walk in this world in a free-flowing way, we need to heal within, because people are going to affect us as long as we allow them to. People are going to trigger us as long as we have emotional glue. People are going to affect us in a way as long as we're focused on them and not wanting to focus on them and keeping our own feelings at bay and taking personal responsibility for our thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors. So I hope this video inspired you in one way or another, because I don't know, it's really helped me to just self-reflect and just say, hey, you know what part of me needs love right now? Forget about the other person. Forget about anything else. I always say, when we're doing anything, if we're affected by another person, take the focus off the person and notice how we're feeling inside, because that's where the true healing takes place. We're not going to heal by focusing on the other person. We're not going to heal by getting the person out of our life either, because like I said, that energy is floating around for a reason. Until we learn how to lovingly accept every person, place, and situation in our life through our own healing, when we start to love and accept every part of our being, then we will never truly be free. And a lot of people protect themselves from other people. They say, I don't want to be around anybody because I am taking care of myself. Good. Take care of yourself, and that's great, because we need to do that. But the same token, if you're avoiding people, I need to look at that too, right? So I know that because I lived that way for a long time. I avoided people. I didn't want to, actually, I projected my own stuff onto them. They hate me, that I can't connect with anybody, da 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 da, all those things. And until I actually looked within, I wasn't actually free to be around people. It was just a trigger left and right. And all those triggers were just things blown out of proportion. If somebody looked at me wrong, oh, they hate me, why do they look at me wrong? And then I would do anything to try to get them to love me. That was a pattern that came out recently that I didn't realize that I was still carrying. But hey, you know what? It's such a beautiful opportunity to not beat ourselves up, but to love ourselves and say, hey, you know what? This survival mechanism kicked in. So now I get to love that part of me and just be with that part of me and just hold myself in a loving way and help that younger me who decided at that younger age, a misunderstanding that I need everybody to love me in the ways I need them to love me. Not everybody's going to show up and love us in the ways that we want them to. There's so many different love languages. I don't know if you've ever read, I think it's Gary Chapman's five love languages or whatever. But whatever our love language is may not be the same as the people in our lives. So give them the opportunity, give them the benefit of the doubt, give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You know what? We all have bad days. Even I have bad days. I don't take it out on people, but some people do. So, you know what? You never know what somebody's going through. Let's have more compassion, love, and understanding for me and you as we move through Earth School. So if this video inspired you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 ways or another, I just want you to know you're a beautiful, valuable, and lovable being, no matter what you're going through, no matter how you perceive me, how you perceive this video. I still love you, and just know that we're all doing the best that we can as we move through Earth School.